everybody, and welcome to Ask the Answers podcast with myself, Adele. And on today's show, very excited to welcome this lady in. We've got the lovely Rosie joining us on the podcast and on other social media platforms. Hi, Rosie.
Hi. Thank
How
you.
are you today?
Very well. Thank you very much for having me.
Nice to have you on board. It's so nice to get to know more of the psychics that work on the phone lines and to put a sort of a picture to the name that people see in the profiles and bring you to life, really, so people get to know you and see all about your past and your experiences that you've had in the psychic world.
Thank you.
So first of all, I mean, how long have you been doing this work for now? Is it something you started early on, or have you come into it at a later stage in your life?
Well, I've done it since I was 8 years of age.
Oh,
but
wow.
I've actually hid it for a long time because of prejudice back then. So I haven't really come out in the open till about 2017 and allowed people to know my gifts and what I do.
So you said you started at 8 years old. What happened at 8 years old?
Well, I was predicting things around people. If I had a negative feeling against somebody, then it would all come to fruition. And everybody was because at the time we were brought up very religious as Jehovah's Witnesses. So we were banned from anything being spiritual, psychic that way. Because I know it comes from my mum and dad, but it's they're against it. But I had to go against the norm in my own life.
Yeah. And how tricky was that when you were getting these psychic experiences, but you weren't really able to explore it or delve into it openly?
It was hard because you felt isolated, very different from others. Nobody understood what you were seeing, what you're feeling. The first experience I seen was a monk in my school, and that was at years of age. But I could hear him, I could feel him. Do you know what I mean? But nobody else could. So it was very lonely when I was younger. Yes.
Yeah. And so, did you say you had quite a strict upbringing?
Very strict, yes.
Yeah. And
yeah.
And so, with that in mind, then how did you delve into it without, well, not getting told off, but how did you, if you didn't have the people around you to support you, how did you then be able to explore that and do that?
Well, what kept happening was I bought myself this Jewish star. I think that's a Jewish star, 5-sided pointed one. And I bought it and I kept wearing it. And they would tell me, no, you're throwing it out. So they threw it in the bin. Next minute, it would appear back on my pillow. And they kept telling me I'm taking it out of bin, but I wasn't, because they sealed it and they put it into a bin bag, tied it, put it into the bin. Next morning, it was again on my bed.
Oh my God.
So they couldn't dispute it, what was happening around me.
Yeah. Gosh.
So,
and what did your friends think about this at that age? Were you telling anybody, or were you just keeping it under wraps?
No, they were all experiencing it with me as I got older. Yeah. As soon as I got into high school, we were all seeing things like levitating and seeing what this spiritual realm could do around us that believed. So we take it for, it's not always good, but it was something that proved to us as teenagers it was all real.
Yeah.
We all went with that into our later life.
So there's a few of you from your childhood, from your school years, that were also into it.
Yes. Yeah, we were all believers, so we all clicked together and tried it out, experimented.
Yeah. When you say experiment, what sort of things do you experiment?
Well, to see if things could move stuff, lift stuff, even raise one of us up. We put her onto, I think it was a gym thing that was like a horse or something, was raised up.
Yeah.
But she was rising up in the gym room.
Oh my God.
It was lifting her body actually up, and we all just freaked out, and we sort of then after we believed and sort of stopped because it was enough to us it was real.
Oh my gosh. I remember when we in our childhood, the Ouija boards were quite a big thing back then. Everybody wanted to do those, but everyone was quite scared by doing them. Everyone was like, oh no, don't do them. Don't do bad things will happen. I remember, I think we did one once and I thought, oh God, bad things are going to happen now to us all.
Yeah, you do get warned, don't you? But
Yeah.
it depends on the spirits around you, I think, with them.
Mm. So
Myself,
what
I've
I
never,
was going to
yeah.
say, so what would you say is is it mediumship that's your forte, or that came to you first? Was it spirit that you were sensing and feeling? Was that the main thing, or was it another thing that was happening?
Well, I, it, I don't know if you can say it, but it was childhood trauma what happened to me at 8
Yeah.
that actually pushed me. A psychiatrist explained later on in life that I went into another world because of what was happening to me at 8.
Yeah.
And that happened like 3 years. So I was coming back from another realm. And he explained, a psychiatrist did, that there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's the trauma I've gone through.
Oh,
So
bless
I
you.
will always have this sort of gift,
Yeah.
like, from the other world. I've been too much
Oh.
in it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear you had a difficult time. That's not nice for anyone to have to go through. And even if again, sometimes we go through all these hard times, we have all these traumas, and I think coming on a podcast like this and being vulnerable and opening up about things that have happened, it makes you relatable, but also to know that other people, they're not alone, that lots of people maybe gone through something similar, or feel they can't speak out, or they can't turn to anyone. So I think the more open, the more vulnerable the people can be, I think that builds a really nice connection and great empathy. I think you shouldn't shy away from things like that, as long as you're comfortable and open about talking about things. I
Yeah.
think hats off to people that do that.
Thank you. It's part of my journey.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
absolutely. No,
It's,
absolutely.
yeah.
So when you went into obviously picking up more, spiritually what was happening, and from 8 years old, and with your childhood, obviously with your friends, just learning things, discovering things, what age should you start going into doing it almost professionally, I guess, and doing it for a reason or purpose?
Um, Professionally, 2017.
Hmm.
I've I've let myself be known for what I am like, and I've got more confident over the years by giving readings first.
Yeah.
Then I do like healing. I can like cleanse people or cleanse like houses around them,
Oh
pick
yeah.
up whether it's negative or good energy around them as well.
Yeah.
Like there is two like different sets, like negative and good spirits. So I
Yeah.
do have to like pick up both. So I have to
Mm.
enter both rooms, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
I love
around,
I love all the cleansing work, because I feel that you do feel that shift in the energy, whether it's a new home or spring cleaning, or you've
yeah,
taken on a property from somebody else. Always great to cleanse. You know what it's like when we clean out the clutter. It's like, oh, this feels so much nicer. The energy's better and things just flow easier.
it does, yes.
So is healing something that you're passionate about? Do you have to work on healing? Is that something that almost like you have to go to the gym to practice, or is it just naturally there for you?
No, it's something that over the years I've developed, like at different stages through my trusting first in the spiritual realm that
Hmm.
they're accurate, they're not misleading me,
Yeah.
but also the trust in which direction do I go. So I test them, like I feel that we're in control of it, not them.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they will work with us as like a team spiritually.
Yeah. And I think, like you said there, a lot of it does come with that trust, isn't it? Because especially with the spiritual world, it's like, is this my imagination? Is it the real deal? Are these things happening? And I like the fact that
Yeah,
you were saying that you want to make sure that accurate, that the information is accurate, and that you are getting what you believe is coming through for you, and
yes,
that comes with
yeah,
trust, and also
it does,
things coming to fruition. Yeah.
yes. For trusting in them to help others, with my trust in them. But you
Mm,
have to see it yourself first, if that makes sense.
yeah. And are you self-taught, or did you go to like spiritual circles or churches or group sessions?
I got actually chucked out of the church because I was doing a mediumship and I was feeling a child touching my leg. They told me I wasn't concentrating, so they took me out. So
Oh.
I've done it all. I've done it all myself with my
Yeah.
guide Douglas.
How did that
Like
make you feel when they chucked you out the church?
I just laughed about it because I thought, well, maybe I don't even need this. I'm already probably where I should be. So
Yeah.
I just put it as a cue to like, this isn't for me either. I've got
Yeah.
to do it for myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
trusting myself first with the
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah. Nice. And and how do you feel about speaking to people on the phone lines? Is that quite a humbling experience? Is it quite challenging at times?
It's humbling. When people want, I'm going to be honest, is listen to the advice. Like sometimes give timings, they're not always going to be accurate because the person around them can change their timing.
Yeah.
So, like most 99% of the readings will be accurate, but some that, how can I explain it, distrust, it keeps longer. It like stalls what's happening around them because they're not believing. So they
Yeah.
have to have belief in the first place to be able to absorb what we're saying around the readings, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, how many times have we said, "Oh, I really want this, I really want this," and then months or years down the line, you're like, "Oh, thank God that didn't happen because that
Yeah,
person wasn't right for me, or that job wasn't right for me." But at the time, that's what we believe we want. No, this is right for me. Definitely, this is
yeah,
the thing. And
yeah,
you might be that psychic telling them, "Well, actually, no, it's not the right thing," but they don't want to hear it because it's like, "No, right now, this is what I want," and then you do see it later on, and that's probably when they end up coming back to you going, "Well, actually, what you did say, I know I didn't want to hear it at the time, but you're absolutely right."
yes. It's true.
Yeah. What's your
Oh,
favorite type of reading? Is there like a sort of area that you love delving into?
well, a lot of them, I'll be honest, I love readings, but I do like when I have to use my medium skill. I mean, I do use it on every reading with their loved ones, their through spirit,
Mm,
but I like it when I'm challenged. Like they want to know and have proof their loved ones passed over and they're safe. I
mm.
like to like give people more clarity on what is helping them to heal, if that makes sense more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That input means like a lot emotionally to me as well, because what I've been through to help them comfort them through their pain
Yeah.
from my emotions, but also from spirit.
And you know what? I
It,
mean, I mean, I've had somebody say to me when I lost my mum not so long ago, just before lockdown, and sometimes it's only just the smallest bit of information can give you that closure or that peace of mind. Because I remember when my mum passed away, and one of the psychic mediums I spoke to, she said to me, "I just need to let you know that your mum said she knows why she needs to go," and I was like, "Okay, well that's comforting." And then literally a month later, we all went into lockdown. And for me, that was the peace of mind that I needed to. She said, I know what she knows why she had to go. One, because of lockdown, she wouldn't have coped through the lockdown on her own. And also, she set me and my husband free in the fact that we were able to grow as a family. We moved, we got a bigger property, the kids have gone to a better school, which would never have happened if my mum was still here because we would have still been living near where she was. And for me, that was just the information that I needed to know that, yes, she's okay. She knows why she needs to go. And then I had a dream then that she met my dad, who'd also passed away. They used to go on cruises all the time, and
wow,
that in my dream, and this only happened the once, but it was just after she passed away, that my dad was waiting in the waiting area before they go on the cruise, and my mum walked in to be with him to meet him at the waiting area, and then they went off on this cruise together, and that was the dream that I had. And I very rarely have dreams because I'm normally so tired I just go straight to sleep. But it happened so quickly afterwards. I was like, that was definitely the message and the sign that I needed. The one from the psychic, and then it coming to me in my dreams that everything was okay. And sometimes it can be just the smallest thing, a little bit like that. Brilliant. Got my peace of mind, got my comfort. I can now crack on.
yes, and it's true. Yeah, because you need to still carry on your journey,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And
that's
sometimes you
all.
just want to know they're okay. Yeah. And that's what's nice
Yeah,
about having a connection with somebody like yourself that can offer that and hopefully bring through the person that they want to have that conversation with.
yes, I'm sorry for your loss as well.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I mean, obviously, this psychic world can go into so many different directions, from mediumship to healing. Do you work with any tools, any sort of things like that on the phone lines or in your own private work, or have you ditched them?
Yeah, ditch them. I only used to use, yeah,
Mm,
angel cards I started off with to trust.
yeah.
That the communication was accurate for myself first,
Mm,
because they say you can't do readings for yourself, but you can when you're being tested. They will show you how to
mm,
work with them for others, so people would trust in you first. So it gave me more confidence. But now I use no tools since 2017.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
naturally keep the gift. I don't switch it off.
Yeah.
I always leave it open.
Now that's quite interesting because lots of people say they open up, they close down, but you say you keep
Yeah.
yourself open. Why do you do that?
because I want to know anything in my own life, anybody around me, so that I'm
Yeah.
aware and awakened before things happen around us.
Mm.
Like my friend, her friend passed away, and it took like a day before I got messages to pass on to her to give her clarity.
Yeah.
And once I passed the messages, she could feel her friend Adele,
Oh,
like
okay.
saying, yeah, she could
Yeah.
feel her friend. So
Oh,
it's like something you just bringing the energy forward to that person for them
mhm.
to experience themselves.
Yeah. So you don't want to miss out on anything that could possibly come through.
No, I'm
Yeah.
always open because that's just me. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like I'm
Yeah.
always,
Everyone's different. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
always tuning in. Yeah.
What other sort of predictions have you know have come up in and you know you like wow or that surprised you, even if it's not necessarily on the phone lines, but maybe just even globally or anything that you've picked up in news or anything. Have you done anything like that where you've gone, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
predicted that, or gosh, I felt that?
Well, I show all my friends pictures of people that I know, like say they're missing,
Mm-hmm.
but I know already passed.
Oh,
And
okay.
I do send photos to all my friends for
Yeah.
only for validation for them to know
Yeah.
that what I'm receiving is accurate. And I'll say this person, I won't say names,
Yeah.
but this person's going to pass. Show the photo. Then within 2 days, it's on the news. They're passed.
Oh, wow.
Stay off social media to not say too much because it can affect people wrong. I have to
Yes.
wait until they know for themselves. It's not my
Yeah.
role to say
No.
it before anybody. They need to find out their own way. I
Yeah.
can't see it happening, but I just can feel it and know
You know
by
it's going to happen.
photos, their eyes. Yeah,
Mm. I
because
mean, is that some? Have you ever helped like the police or anything like that with any sort of psychic work, or is it just with your
I
friends and your
have.
family do readings for?
No, I have with Mark Tisley. He's a little boy that went missing, but that was like back in the 80s when I was
Mm.
young myself. And Claudia Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Were, I've given all the information to the police where to find her, all the information, who's involved, everything. So that's on their heads because they went
Yeah,
the
you can just
opposite.
do as much as you can do. Wow.
Yes, yeah. But they will find her. Do you know what I mean? A few more years, they will find her.
I mean,
It's just now myself have to wait. I can't
yeah.
do any more. Does
And the police, I
that
mean, they
makes
don't. I mean, sometimes they do, but they don't always openly say that they're using, psychics for their police investigations. I suppose they can't either, maybe because the legalities of it all, the families are impacted. It has to be sort of under wraps. But I mean, it says something when you do have the police actually turning to psychics. There must be something in it for them to say, well, what can you give us, or what can you tell us?
yes. And there was, I think, the one in Bristol. He was the last one that sort of worked with the police, but
Hmm.
he's retired.
Yeah.
So you can go to the police because they have to take the information spiritually,
Right.
but they can't use it like in a court of law in England.
Right. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So, like you said,
that
all you can do is give them that information. Then it's up to them, obviously, to see if that's, you know, well, if it can,
yeah,
yeah, can help them in any way.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Wow. What about
yeah,
like even just, you know, the sort of not as much as the good things. Obviously, it's not always have to be about the trauma that you pick up, but I suppose more the trauma is something that helps people move on or to get closure on. So, do you pick up things like terrorist attack and plane crashes and things like that? Do you get a sense? Do you get a feeling with these sort of things or not?
with like no, I don't because it's something. How can I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but it's something that's going to happen that I wouldn't need to
Right.
know about. If that makes sense, because I couldn't
Right.
stop it. Like a war eruption. Like they could warn me but and say something, but I can't impact it, I can't
Yeah.
change it. So it's like something they won't tell
Oh,
me, if that
okay.
makes sense.
Hmm. No.
Sorry.
And why do you think that they
I've,
don't want you to know or that you can't change it? Why would you feel that you would be able to change anything by letting the police know or something?
well, say not with like a disaster, because that you won't be able to stop something
Yeah.
malfunctioning,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Like that's on man, they should be sorting that before that happened,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. That's like out of our control. But half the time with the police, they ain't got the time or the effort in England to, I'm not dissing them all, but they haven't got the time for us to listen to what we
Yeah.
actually are saying, because they want solid evidence. Where spiritually, like at the minute, I know there's like a serial
Mhm.
killer going like through
Mhm.
the country, but I can't say anything. I'm restricted because they're, to me, sometimes most of them are
Yeah.
corrupt. You know, you've got a handful of genuine, but most of them
No.
won't
And it
care.
is, and it is sad
It,
that sort of situation, isn't it? Because like you just said, you know, without being disrespectful, you know, a little fish in a massive pond of people or whatever that might be giving all this information and telling them what to do, and you know, and half the time the police are very much aware of the terrorists in the country. You know, whenever it comes to the news, they go, "Oh yes, we knew they were a terrorist," or "Yes, we knew they'd, you know, done all this crime for God knows how many years," or we knew that they'd just come out of prison." So these people aren't just suddenly that just appeared overnight. They're, most of the people are known to the police anyway.
they are, yeah, you're right.
Anyway, from going into that dark conversation, it's not all doom and gloom. You know, obviously you do, I suppose, make happy predictions for people. So, you know, have you predicted anything like weddings and moving house and, you know, having babies, all that sort of side of the things?
Yeah, I have with my friends, and like one of my friends was like, her daughter was having a baby, and she's which sex then? Because she already knew, and I goes, this
Mm.
little boy, and she just like open mouthed at me because she didn't
Yeah, yeah,
believe in
yeah.
my gift. And then I've had
Did she know
people
what the
like,
sex
oh,
was at that
what was
point,
my
or
grand?
was it she waited to find out? She knew.
No, she knew already. She
Oh,
was
I see. Yeah,
testing
yeah,
me
yeah.
because she already knew, and like, you don't know,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
won't know. Because she doubted me. This was on the school run as well. She just stopped open mouth because she didn't know what to
How important is
say.
it for you to give those people the validations and that proof that you are, you know, connecting with them?
It gives, well, it's proof for them to know something else is actually, living and breathing around us,
Mm,
talking to me. Like it's not just in your own mind when you're saying something and it comes into
mm,
reality. Like I said to her, she wanted this friend again, was at school like party, was in the playground or sitting down, there's
mm.
raffles going on. And she goes, oh, I've got a bottle of Pimm's. So I goes to my daughter Harmony, go and get a raffle ticket. I go, she's gonna get it and win it. And she actually did. And my friend like
Yeah,
blown away. But when people ask proof, I can
yeah, yeah,
prove it to them. Like, colour of cars, what the granddad worked. It's like people do
yeah,
doubt my gift, but once they realise, they're so like, it's like
yeah,
blown away, but in a
yeah.
good way. They
Absolutely,
more.
and that it's a specific, like you
Yes,
said,
they
it's a specific details. You know, the things that there's no way that you would know, and that builds yeah, that trust and that strong connection for them to then believe the rest of the information that's coming through.
yes, it is. Like, for instance, buying people presents, like I don't know what they need, but their loved ones do. So when I buy them presents, they're like, how did you know I needed that? I said, I don't, your loved
Yeah,
ones do. So it's like the people always around their loved ones that
yeah,
know
yeah.
what they need, not from me.
Oh,
Sense.
brilliant! And do you have psychic readings yourself, or do you just, you said you do readings for yourself?
Uh,
Do you do your own readings?
I used uh, I can I well my guides now it's my husband from a past
Yeah.
life. Like he's I can talk to him, have conversations with him. He can relay information
Mm-hmm.
back. Like he showed me his life, and it was my grandma, my cousin before I knew who this man's voice was, but he's been with me for years
Oh,
protecting
okay.
me. But I only realised lately, but no, I don't need to do readings for myself, if that makes sense, because I'm doing it for
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else.
And how would you say your life is
Yeah,
different to anybody else's working in the psychic world?
probably because I'm always
Mm,
in tune. Like I like say if I'm out, I can see somebody in distress, I'll help them, I'll intervene, and I'll put my even my own life at risk. Do you know what I mean? To protect others. And what it is, 'cause I can see something or feel it, and I'm being drawn to help in certain situations. But also, if someone's talking to me, their eyes go darker, I'll see that veil go away. There's that bad spirit behind them. So I'll go away and get people away, like, and they trust my
So
intuition
what
now.
is bad? What is a bad spirit? What, go into that for us.
Well, I'd say you can have a bad human that passed in traumatic ways that still is sort of trapped, but he's walking the earth, like people would call it a ghost. But you can have negative energy still trapped that haven't moved to the
Okay.
light yet,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But so you can have, like, how I call them is the demonic realm. Like, there are demons. There are good angels around us, but also there's bad demons that will influence
Yeah.
people's thoughts. Where people call it like depression, all these mental health issues. It's when they hear the voices are real, but they don't believe it is because society seems to shut them down. But these voices will. Even my own daughter's had to face it, and she's got over it now. But they will tell you to do things, hurt yourself, hurt others. It there is a realm
And
that
how do you
will
get rid of
play.
them?
They want. How I do personally, and for everyone else, is say, Satan, get behind me. I can it to get behind me. I don't mess, like, if I know it's in somebody's home, you command it to get
Yeah.
behind. Like, it will affect your moods if it, they latch on to all of us. They're always in our lives
Yeah.
trying to play. Like, if you're in a good place, it will try and make you in a bad place. It'll try and realize your family, your
Yeah.
friends, like detach you. There's a lot. It plays in different ways around us.
So
Different
if people are
ones do.
experiencing that negativity around them, they feel that something is, draining their energy, or it's impacting their homes or their work, or just with them mentally and physically. There are ways with a psychic reading that you can offer to either cleanse it, use your own spirit guides to move them on. Is that something there's a quick process, or can it take quite a while?
It's to me, it's well, to me, it's quick. It's not a while, no, because I've had to do it in my own home as well. Because it was full of where I live is full of negativity. It's had like black magic like put onto the land before you even got a house built here. So I've had to deal with it myself. I've had to even take a mirror out of my room that was a portal. I still have banging in my cupboard, don't get me wrong, but it's like everything else is contained. I don't want the good spirits to leave, only the bad. I walked out and put the mirror upside
Yeah.
down outside.
I like how the fact you just say that quite
So
casually and quite
that's that.
normal. They're still banging in the cupboard, but that's. Somebody listening to it must be like, "What?"
Yeah, but I know that's good spirits, and I put my daughter's ashes in the cupboard
Right.
on purpose, so she's protecting it. So every time, let's say I do a reading, or it will tap. It doesn't like hit hard. It's not
Yeah.
negative now. It just like a
Yeah.
vibration, like a sort of bang, not loud,
Oh, did you
loud.
say your daughter
It
passed
used to
away? Her
be.
ashes. Oh. Oh,
Yes, she
sorry to
passed
hear that.
away. Yeah, she was. No, it's okay. It's been
Yeah.
10 years now, and you know what I mean. I felt her, I've heard her, so I've, it's like whatever I've gone through in the beginning, I've
Yeah.
overcome to go through and give help to
Yeah.
others
How
that
old
have
was
gone through
she?
the loss the same. She was 8 months old, but she was a
Oh, okay.
stillborn. I thought
Yeah.
I I knew, but
Oh,
people
you've
don't
been through a
listen.
lot in your
But at
life.
the end of the day, I have, but you have to overcome with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
spirits, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. To know she's still around me, but in
Yeah.
another realm. That's how
Yeah.
I keep my
Yeah.
sanity. If that
Absolutely.
makes sense. But
And I think,
yeah,
I've said to other people before, those struggles are our strengths the next day. The struggles that you have today are going to be your strengths. It makes you, you can either, you can either sink or swim, can't you, in life? And it's whether you act upon those situations and grow from it and learn from it and live your life for them, and yeah, face it. And life moves on, unfortunately, as sad as it is with many of these situations that happen around us. If you've got that support, and you can get back on track, and you can, yes, you're not going to forget things, but make the most of what you do have, then that's great. And then the thing with a psychic reading is giving you that development and that self-awareness. It's not just about predictions, it's about things like this that have happened to people's lives, trauma, loss, grief, whatever it might be. That's a great thing about having a psychic reading, getting that from somebody, the tools to move on.
It's a clarity. It is. Like, her name was Savannah, and it's like last year we had an unusual cat in the garden. I googled it, and it's a Savannah cat. So I can actually like speak her name out, calling this cat Savannah. It's yeah, it's like she's come to say hello. She comes on birthdays, like special occasions. This cat.
Absolutely.
But it's just one signs from the
That's
spiritual
nice.
realm.
That's good to hear. So has your psychic ability taken you anywhere? Have you been anywhere? Like, some people go out and do these psychic retreats, or they go traveling, they do paranormal investigations. Have you explored any of those sort of areas?
Well, I have, and I've been drawn to a place. It's near Suffolk, and I keep going back to cleanse the energy around there, and all this like trapped souls from the war. I every time I go down, I walk them along to go and see the light, to get them away from that trauma. Because what happened was I kept feeling like a weight, like when you're being handcuffed. I've never been handcuffed, but it's that feeling, and my hands kept weighting down, and that's when I got the spirit box out and was communicating all the way through to let them speak.
What's a spirit box?
And then also, spirit box is where you allow I'm the spirit box myself normally, but I allow them to talk through it so they can
through
speak.
you?
And the word it's through like an app on your phone.
I might have heard of something like this.
It's called a ghost tool, I think,
Do
or
they
ghost
actually talk
hunting
through
app,
the app?
something like that. Yeah, you can ask questions, and these souls and spirits will talk back to you what they've gone through. Like, for instance, we did all the cleansing. Sorry, me and my daughter. She's 26. Don't worry. But we went back to the caravan, and it said to us, "Thank you." So, like, thanks.
What do you do when the voice comes
So
through? Oh my God.
I just listen to it. I just let them talk. Sometimes it can creep you out a bit. Yes, most people.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it crazy what you can do nowadays, like with technology and picking up spirits around you? That's mad.
Yeah, because there's one building there, you see, that was used like what's called like a ritual, and it was a lookout bunker. But because they put the basically demonic energy there, had to cleanse it with the Wolfman to make sure he took the energy. I know it's all, but it's like an Indian way of doing it to cleanse the atmosphere. Wow, because I wanted to also let the souls be free.
So
and
these
go
were
to the light,
prisoners
so
that possibly died in that area that you were moving on. Wow.
Yeah, they were like a residual, kept going round in a loop. They couldn't get out, so it was like I could feel it. So that's what made me go back and back to cleanse the energy. And every year I've been doing it the same. Any more that want to go, but it feels different on the land now.
Do you think we do need to move on? Do we need to move these energies on? Because I know that, and we've experienced in my life as well, where my son couldn't sleep very well in our old house, where a lady had passed away. Is it important for the spirits to move on? Do we need them to do that, or can some people still hang around and still stay in their homes?
Well, for instance, my house here, the gentleman passed in hospital before he got home here. When I moved in, he caused me chaos. Like, I know there was demons separate, but this man, because he was telling my children, shh, and you could vividly hear him. But so basically, I said to him, I don't want you to leave, but don't fight us. You're on a different plane, but you can stay. long as he does,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it depends
On the person, so
on
who
them.
feels more comfortable. If you
You
feel comfortable with spirit around and you accept it and you can deal with it, but if you need them to move on because they're
yeah.
not letting a new hope, a new family move in.
When they're ready, they will. But when someone's like traumatized from that place I
Mm,
went to, that was too much. The land
yeah,
was heavy, so it's taking the energies to light to make the lift up that sort of energy back, so people want to come to the
yeah,
place
yeah,
more. You know, because people really, like myself, I felt the heaviness when I
yeah.
first went there,
And I suppose you get that wherever you go. So
and
wherever
it's like,
you might go to, all different parts of the country or different places, you're going to be picking up all these energies.
yeah,
As lots of us do. You know, we know when there's been an argument in a house, or you go in and go, oh, it's like when you go, even when you do go house shopping, or you go for an interview somewhere, you get a sense, oh, I didn't quite like them, or oh, that no, I didn't like that home. There was something about it. We all pick up on energies naturally, even if we're not even thinking about it.
it's true. It's true. We've all got the gift I've got, but it's whether we
Yeah,
expand it and make, use it, if that makes sense. We're all
yeah,
born with
yeah,
it. It's not special about any of us. We've just all
yeah.
got this.
Yeah.
Does that
And
make
are you
sense?
interested in things like astrology and crystals and that side of things, or more just the mediumship and the energies and healing side?
I'll be honest with you, I'm against crystals myself,
Yeah.
but that's me. I can't, and my daughter as well. Every time we use them, we seem to attract
Oh,
more
okay.
energy that's not
Yeah.
always good. So we've stayed of that, and we don't wear anything
Yeah.
now for
Yeah.
protection, because a black one, on that place I was saying to you about, that tried to
Oh gosh.
strangle me, and then everyone that touched it
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
headache. So I don't anything
Yeah.
anymore, even a cross. Keep myself protected,
Just
like
being
I'm
natural.
the
Yeah.
way I do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes
And that's a great thing as
no
well, isn't it? It's
and
like everyone in life. We all work differently. We all choose to, we have all our own ways of, making things work. And if that works for you, then you stick with that. And other people might do other things. And that's why it's nice to have such a variety of different people and psychics on our phone lines. So people have that choice.
yeah, and I'm intrigued when I hear of the what people's ways as
Hmm.
well. Because I've only done it my way. So it's nice when you see different perspectives of gifted readers
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
What do you think's been your biggest lesson being a psychic over the years?
It's about how it's
Mm,
healed me from the pain and loss that I've gone through, like even from my own, like parents
hmm.
rejecting me. It's like the love of the spiritual realm to help others, and they're helping me as well, not just
Mm,
one way. They're trusting in, they give me confidence in what I can do, knowing I'm helping people. It's like I'm like a spiritual
yeah.
counselor,
Yeah.
maybe. Like you're helping each
Yeah.
other though. It's not one way. When you're given a reading, you're actually helping
Yes.
yourself at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Because
So
I teach at a gym. I do classes, and it's amazing for me because I'm getting an amazing workout and releasing my endorphins and getting fit and feeling good. But likewise, I'm then inspiring, motivating other people that are also feeling good and bringing everyone together. And again, very similar to a psychic reading. You're bringing them together. You're hopefully getting them to feel good, empowering them on the phone lines, but at the same time you're getting something back from it as well.
yeah,
It's a two-way, a lot of energy and connections going on where it's benefiting everyone, otherwise what's the point?
yes, it is. It's
So
true.
where do you go from here? Where are you going to
No,
go
it's
from here? Are you
true.
still going to do what you do, or is there more you want to do with the psychic world?
Yeah, my aim is to like get to
Yeah.
America, because there's more like interest and help with me using my gifts
Yeah.
better than England, because it's restricted too much, which
Mm.
frustrates me here. So my aim would be to move to America, so that I could work with people that would accept
Wow.
me
Yeah.
freely.
And what areas would you want to do that? Would that be the healing? Would that be the mediumship? Would it be doing investigations? What sort of things would you like to do?
All
Mm.
different ranges, whatever I'd be called into, like
Yeah.
to do. Does that
Wherever
make
your journey takes
sense?
you.
Whether it's yes, yeah.
Nice.
Because I watch a lot on YouTube and it's interesting, but I just know, like, if they pulled me in, it would be interesting for me to read everything in the place as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Sense.
watch this space. Do you believe that's going to happen? Do you think you will go to America?
I do. There's something always been calling me for years because I am a like write poetry, so I was called years ago, but unfortunately it was the
Oh
Twin
yeah.
Towers, so I didn't
Mm.
go in. I was called back
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
reason, like they knew something, if that makes sense. So I didn't
You
go
just
that
you,
year. But
you
yeah,
just threw
so
in a little golden nugget in there. So you
so
write poetry as well?
yes, I
Oh,
do.
lovely.
Yes, I write lot of lyrics. Yeah, I've done that since I was 8 as well. But I think that's me channeling
Yeah.
as well. The lyrics come.
Oh, how
Out.
amazing. I mean, you hear it, don't you,
Yeah,
with songwriters? It's a, they channeled, through, their song through either their trauma or a breakup or whatever. And sometimes that's a way for people to heal,
yeah.
expressing, exploring, like for you, maybe getting your guys to bring through what it might be. And what sort of poems is it? Is it uplifting poems? Are they quite sad poems? What sort of ones are they? Empowering?
They're all no arranged. Like a lot of them are hopeful, like hope for
Yeah.
the world in
Hmm.
my own way. Like for the homeless, for people that are
Hmm.
like struggling, but also a lot of truth in the poetry as well. Some are very deep and truthful that a lot of people probably won't be able to
Yeah.
like get it yet. But we're all getting a spiritual awakening, like around the
Mhm.
earth anyway. Like a lot of people are seeing different things that they can't
Yeah.
dispute
Well, if
anymore.
I'd known, I would have got you to prepare one for us.
Oh,
You
bless.
should put one on the blog. Ask the answer. Speak to the
Oh,
ladies in the office and get that up on the blog if it's not on there already.
no, I haven't done
Yeah,
anything
that'd
like
be
that. I
really
will do
good.
then. Thank you.
Absolutely, you should do that. So we look forward to listening to it and reading it. That'd be really good. Or you can even do it in person. Yeah, there you go. Little idea there for you. Well, Rosie, it's been so lovely to speak to you today. An amazing lady, an inspiring lady. You've been through so much in your own life. You're now helping and guiding other people. You've got obviously many talents and strings to your bow. So good luck with everything in the future. Hopefully that America, uh, you know, vacation or trip or even moving will happen at some point in your life. And I wish you all the best. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up another time.
Thank you
Uh,
so much,
Rosie,
Adele.
let me just
Thank you.
say the PIN number for
Oh,
people if they want to come through and have a reading with you and ask the answer. If you do know it by yourself, if not, I've got it here.
yeah. It's 700
Yes, it is.
332.
Perfect. Amazing. Rosie, enjoy your phone readings. Thank you very much for coming through on the podcast today. And we wish you all the best.
And you, love.
Take care,
Thank you,
Rosie.
Adele.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.